Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourself today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level, and to get with alkalinity, then you can generate some static electricity, send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind, and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So today I wanted to go over enjoying breath. Very, very simple, right? Literally just the enjoyment of breathing, right? And getting into this, right? So let's get into this. Um, so breathing is it's pretty much something we're all doing, right? We're sharing breathing. Everybody's breathing. Um, and breathing can be a conscious thing. It can be conscious, it can be unconscious, it can be subconscious. um, you're always breathing though. Everybody is always breathing. Breathing is one of the most important things that you need to do for yourself. This is something that is allowing you to continue living, because the moment that you can't breathe anymore, you die. So it's simple. It's once you stop breathing, you die, right? So breath is what is keeping us alive. So it's very vital. You can understand that literally just by trying to hold your breath. If you try to hold your breath, you're not going to be able to do it for too long unless you train yourself, right? But then you go into deep unconscious states, right? If you're able to do it for long enough, which you're pretty much going into unconscious dimensions, right? Which is synonymous with what we've labeled as death. So breathing, once you stop breathing, uh, you can end up dying, right? Because breath is what is keeping us alive. It's keeping us tethered to this dimension, this realm. So everybody's breathing, right? We're all breathing. Um, and it's sometimes conscious, it's sometimes unconscious, right? Or subconscious. Um, a lot of the times people are just breathing subconsciously. They don't really take attention to, or they don't really take an awareness to their breathing, right? They just kind of breathe, um, and they do all sorts of different things, right? Um, But the moment that you do start becoming conscious of the breath, you can understand the paradigm will shift that comes with conscious breathing, right? Conscious breathing is something that can literally change your entire universe. If you think about it like this, think about it like in the way that you're creating the universe, because everything is within your perception. And the moment that you start to breathe a certain rhythm, everything starts changing. This is the power of breath, as well as if it's tethering you to this perception or this realm, if it's tethering you to life, if it's keeping you there, then obviously it's able to shift reality as well. As you shift the sequence of breath consciously, it instantaneously starts to shift the reality that you're conceptualizing. Just like as if you hold your breath and you don't breathe anymore at all, you die, and what the reality changes, it gets shut off, it cessates. So if you shift your breathing, you can shift the reality that you're conceptualizing because it's all within you. Very, very simple. So the moment that you start to do something as simple as slow down and enjoy breathing as something that is vital, because it is vital, it shifts your emotional status into a blissful status, or a very, very joyous state. Because once again, breathing in itself is one of the most vital things. If you don't breathe, you are going to die. Breath, it shifts your reality instantaneously. The moment that you start to fluctuate the breath in different rhythms and take attention to it, you can easily perceive that the universe, all of the universe, is shifting as well, simultaneously with the shift of your breathing, sequencing, right? So, um, let me see. The moment that you bring in joy to breathing, you don't need to breathe. You don't need to utilize a certain rhythm of breathing. You don't need to do anything like that. But if you just be joyful of breath, and you like stop distracting yourself outwards and just focus your attention here on you, the axis of the universe, and you just focus on the vitality, which is breathing, then you can see that there's a deep joy in just paying attention to the breathing, right? You don't actually even have to cultivate a joy to it. Maybe you can cultivate a joy for it, right? But the way I see it is that you focus on your breathing, you put more attention to just breathing and nothing else, and you're going to see that it's a very joyous thing to be doing, because it's giving you life, and life in itself is a joy, right? So bring in an awareness to your breathing. You can leave it unconscious, but you're going to remain unconscious. The moment that you bring in awareness to it, everything shifts. And it's very, very simple. It's this simple. Like if you hold your breath, and this proves that breath shifts the universe. If you hold your breath, the universe cessates. If you hold your breath, you die. And what you have conceptualized dissolves away into nothingness. So your breathing is shifting the universe. Yes, it is. Very much is. Um, and you can play with that. You can if you focus on your breathing and you begin to go into different rhythms of it, you can fluctuate at your heart, do all sorts of different things with your body, right? Because your body is it creates reality. You're a creator, right? And due to the fact that you're a creator, the moment that you start fluctuating at your electromagnetic field via the breath, the your creational rhythms begin to shift, and everything in the universe begins to shift because you're co-creating the universe. It's very simple. Um, so be aware of your breath. You're always breathing anyway. So just shift the attention to breathing. Sit down and don't do anything else, but just focus on your breath. That's all you got to do. And you're going to see what it does. It literally creates a peacefulness within you. It's a good piece too. It gives you a lot more joy, or it allows you to realize joy within yourself. Very, very, very simple. Just breathe joyfully. You're breathing already, so that's already done for you. The joyousness you can do for yourself. Be joyful. If you're miserable, conflicting yourself within, you're just finding an excuse to keep yourself out of joy because that's your character. But you can change your character because your characterization doesn't define anything about your true nature. It's just it's egoic, right? It's part of an identification process that is a delusion. The whole ego is a delusion. All ego is delusion. This is something that humanity is collectively sharing. It's a collective delusion that we're all sharing. The ego. The ego doesn't exist. But you really need to have the experience to be able to really understand that. So you can be told, I can tell you, other people can tell you, you can hear it, but until you actually have the experience of being able to break through the ego, then it's never held up by experience, truth, which is truth. Unless you experience something it's not true to you, it remains a belief. I believe this, I've been told this, but I've never experienced it. So it's not truthful. It may just be a belief, right? But the moment you experience it, it becomes absolutely true to you because you were able to experience that. Other than that, it's just a belief, right? Like I get told anything. I get told anything about anything from somebody else who may or may not have experienced it. And I can say that I know something about that was given to me, a piece of information, but it's maybe just more of a belief. I believe it because I was told that from somebody who may or may not have who may or may not have had that experience of what they're telling me. But the moment that you have an experience of something, it remains true because you experienced it, right? So the moment that you are able to experience the fact that there is no ego and it's just a delusion is when you can actually see beyond that delusion, right? Other than that, it's just something that's going around. But it's happened. People have always experienced the dissolution of the ego because that's the whole point of it, to be dissolved if it's there, or if you think it's there, if you're deluded into it, right? Um, which everybody's deluded by ego because that's all it is. It's a delusion. Um, so the moment that you become joyous of breath, that's a vital sign that you're reflecting your true nature, right? And then you can go deeper and deeper into that, which is going to have you come into a deeper state of serenity, peace, prosperity within yourself, right? Don't get it twisted. There's no type of materialization that needs to be involved in it, um, because that's part of a whole different thing. It can easily be put into it, and you can easily use that, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about something that is just within you, something that is absolutely vital, but completely intangible. You know, uh, something that you don't ever have, that you can never hold, right? but it keeps you living. Definitely keeps you living. And without that life, you won't be able to do anything or enjoy anything, right? So enjoy the breath, breathing. Very simple. So that's gonna be it for today's video. I do thank everybody for watching once again. Peace out, one love, and have a great evening.